the Mood Reader, and today we're going to talk about In Tune by Yeyet Soriano. Hello everyone, it's the 13th of November and today I'm going to share with you this book that was kindly sent to me by Caffeine Book Tours. Thank you so much, Shilea, for making me a part of this tour. And this book is called In Tune by Yeyet Soriano. But before we dive into the book, I would just like to say something. This is just as an explanation. So if you check the tour schedule, I was supposed to be uploading this review on all of my social media yesterday, November 12th. But yesterday, Typhoon Ulysses hit most of Luzon, which is like one of the major islands of the Philippines. And here in our province, we faced floods, huge rains, and strong winds. Very scary stuff. That's quite normal here in our country, but this one is a little stronger than usual. So yeah, yesterday there was light flooding here in our area in front of our house. It was up to the knees, but in some close areas to us it was up to the waist. And we live near a dam as well as a river, so it was very scary. I wasn't in the mood to film a video, and of course there was no electricity. We had no electricity for like almost 20 hours, and of course there's also no internet connection, and even the mobile connection was a little sloppy, so there was no light, and I was trying to conserve the energy of my phone. And I had to lend my mom my power bank because of course she is working from home and all of that. But anyway, today when I wake up, it was sunny again. The flood has subsided. We are all safe, and I'm very thankful for that. Of course, we have to acknowledge that many cities and towns and provinces still are still flooded. They really need our help, so I'll be linking down some resources below. You can spare even a few pesos or even a few dollars, and it can help a lot of people. And of course, information dissemination is very important. There are people who are in need of rescue, so yeah, let's take action and help. Okay, now back to the book. So yeah, I read In Tune by Yeyet Soriano a few days ago, and basically it is a young adult contemporary romance. It talks about the story of Sydney, who is in senior high school. She belongs to a poor family. Her elder siblings had to work at an early age. She has a sister who had a teenage pregnancy. She has a young son, and because of that she does not have she cannot study anymore, and instead she has to work to care for her family and her young son. And her brother is also working as, I think, a crew of a fast food restaurant instead of going to college. And it's like, it's the trend for her to follow as well. Despite being a minor, Sydney has to work on the nights as a singer at a club with a band that's like managed by family members as well. And the conflict comes when her parents, the future that her parents sees for her is in the music industry, performing and foregoing college altogether. But Sydney has a dream. She wants to go to college. So there's the issue with that and making her parents understand her dream. Now enter our love interest here. We have Mr. Himig Raimundo, if I'm not mistaken. And this little Mr. Nice Guy, being very nice to Sydney, who's always sleeping in school. He's the one waking her up. She has this huge crush on him. And they have this little cutesy moments wherein they are just really friendly and all that. And their paths become so much more closer when Sydney has to compete in the high school night, I think, as this little in this little beauty pageant, if I'm not mistaken. And then Himig has to perform at this, again, senior high school night. So basically, Himig forms a band called Melody, which is like the word they use to tease him, because Himig in English is melody. And they like call Himig and his friends Josie and the Pussycats for some reason. And they make fun of him because he has like fear of performing on stage, despite being children of like performers. So the story revolved around both our two characters being brave and courageous in pursuing what they want in life, falling in love as well. Like, this book will remind you of like your high school first love, second love, third love, just your high school love and your high school friendship, and just, you know, how high school really works, like here, especially here in the Philippines. So there are a few things that I liked about this book. So first, let me just say that I love all the music aspects of this book. Personally, I used to jam with my friends' bands. Like, I was never really part of the band, but sometimes I sing for them. And I was very active in high school extracurricular activities, and it was nice to see reminders of that, organizing events like that, and just watching and cheering on to your friends. So yeah, and then up until now, I'm still part of a church choir. So like all the musical references, performing references, and the way the author describes each of this, like the high and the thrill of performing, was captured perfectly. And I really loved all those music aspects in this book, like the instruments, the music, and of course the actual act of writing songs. And the songs and their lyrics are also included in this book, so an added bonus for music lovers. And the second thing that I liked about the book is the friendship dynamic. And we have Sydney being friends with this cute, bubbly, giddy, very supportive friend, Chloe. And then Himig has these boys. He has these friends that he has had since he was very young. Since they were like in kindergarten or maybe in grade school, they were already very close. And each has their own distinct personalities that meld together to be like a cute friendship. And the boys are very supportive toward each other. Like, there are no judgments in their friend group, and that's really cute. And then their friend groups has melded into one because of like these two lovebirds, basically. And the third thing that I liked about the book is the family dynamic. This book was very brave and straightforward in portraying like the typical Filipino family. You know how close family ties is like toxic Filipino value that, you know, is adamant until today. And most of the time, children are forced to pursue a job in the field that they are not really interested in, just to support like what their parents want for them. And that's very common here, or perhaps in Asia as a whole. And this book addresses that. I loved how the author showed, like, even though Sydney's mom thinks like that, she has her she loves her, and she has this in mind, like she has her welfare in mind, just like not executed in the best way, but the author was able to show like how much Sydney loves her family despite all of that. And of course, what I love best about their family is her relationship with her dad and her relationship with her siblings, particularly Vienna and Cairo. Vienna is her sister who used to sing in the band before she got pregnant, and they had this little conflict there, and the resolution was really nice to see. And then as well, she has her brother Cairo, who they know as gay but hasn't come out to his parents yet, and it was nice to see their support system as siblings and how they like promise to stick together no matter what their parents' reactions would be. And because of that, actually Cairo became a part of Sydney's friend group, and it's really nice to see the dynamic between all of them. And fourth thing that I liked about the book is that it was brave to discuss things that like are mirrored in the Filipino community but is like not normally discussed at all. And first and foremost, we have teenage pregnancies. We have a main character who's working even while she is still underage, and again, yeah, the familial values, toxic Filipino culture, all addressed in this book. And lastly, of course, the reason why I liked this book is that it is written by a Filipino author, and based on the acknowledgement, she attended a romance class workshop, which helped her like mold and turn this story and make it a full novel. So yay, congrats to romance class for like breeding new generations of authors and really supporting like Filipino romance authors. Yeah, so basically I really like this book a lot. I have to point out some things that I don't. I disliked some wordings like in the writing style of the author. I was hoping to read something more mature or like more clean and edited in its entirety. I think the words could have been a little more mature sounding, if you get my point, because it was very juvenile in many parts. The voice of the character feels very young to me, despite being like 17, 18. I don't know, maybe I was just like more mature when I was in that age. I actually relate to her in so many things. When I was in high school, our family wasn't as comfortable as we are right now. We were like in a lower middle class that time. I was also on private school through scholarship, and I also felt that divide between my classmates and me because I wasn't able to like afford the things that they can. And the way Sydney thinks at times and behaves wasn't like how I used to. And it's not like I'm judging her, it's just like we had this little disconnect. But I saw myself in her situation, and it was like very nostalgic to see remnants of my life back then when I had really no money to spare, and I had to like her, I had to order the same thing every day just so I can save money. Yeah. And like have money to spend on my projects. And well, it actually turned out good. I was able to finish my schooling on scholarship, and yeah, I was able to study and pursue my career. So the only thing that maybe Sydney and I didn't agree on is that for me, your college diploma is not equal to success. Like the thing that I was like really confused about her is that she really saw that diploma like as a solution for riches. I agree with her mom. Like even though you get your diploma, you still live paycheck to paycheck depending like on what career you pursue. It really takes time. Like the diploma is not like the one all solution for all of your poverty problems. Unfortunately, I hate to like burst her bubble, but the real world is more complicated than that. And because like for me, my brother and I, we have our diplomas, we have like competitive salaries, but our life has been more comfortable because of the successes of our parents, because they are like the ones like reaping in all the income, you know, to make our lifestyle more comfortable. So not like trying to burst our bubble, but you know what, even if you have your diploma, a side hustle would still like give you that money to make your life change. I mean, of course it differs like from person to person, but that's just my 2 cents. So like for people who weren't able to finish their schooling, you know, there's still hope for you. There are other ways to succeed in this life, and that's not like validated by that piece of paper. You can still do you, like work hard on your dreams. It's still possible even if you don't get that diploma. So yeah, that's it. In terms of my ratings, I'm rating this book 4 stars. Like the -1 star would be just like for that writing style, but yeah, I still like the book in total, and I hope you try out reading this book. If you want to see like my thoughts in a concrete form, I'll be uploading a review post on my blog. It's ynathemoodreader.com, or you can add me up on Goodreads. The links are in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you on the next one. Bye!